The title of your show is definitely a big attraction, I think.
Michelle, the Witch of Moon's Lane, and Moyra Major. How to witch, bitch.
Hello, witches. Welcome to How to Witch, bitch. I wasn't going to say hello, bitches, because that's not too nice. Michelle, the Witch of Moon's Lane, hello.
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 Now, today I'm super excited. We are joined by Lisa Hedley from the UK, and she's going to be talking about many things, shadow work, hand analysis. She's got some absolutely fascinating stuff.
Wow.
And she also delves into a little bit about us.
Ooh, yes, this is going to be fun.
All right. Also, we need to say a big hello on TikTok. TikTok.
A ticky-tock.
Tickety-tockety-too.
Tickety-tockety-too.
Layson Cree Sparkle Pie, Jessica J. Kirk, Unicorn Haze Aromas. Oh, my goodness. I love that. On Instagram, Veronica Elliott, Flick Dunn, Shannon Gardner, and Catherine H.G. Cathu. Now, a couple of weeks ago as well, we were joined by Patra, who had a reading, and she gave us a bit of an update. Now, she was talking about wanting to get a community to get together. So she really wanted to share with us that she's started a mother's circle called Moon Mothers Collective, also joined a mediumship circle and started practicing tarot again. But it's always been a goal of mine to help other women, especially women in crisis. And hearing that reading back, as in the reading that you did for her, I think I may have been coming through to basically push her in the right direction.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Which is sensational. Also, other people don't know how they find us, but our vibe kicks them up the arse. That's Rebecca Johnson. You are so welcome. Also, we're still getting comments about the penis. I was literally listening to this at work and was trying so hard to audibly not laugh out loud in front of everyone because you guys had me cracking up. Thank you, Whimsy. Someone else said, I have no idea why I'm here, but I'm here for it. Thank you, algorithm. And yes, so a lot of it's been great. It's been
pretty
absolutely
sure
fantastic.
my ex's life is turning to shit after. She must have gone and done it. Please.
Oh my goodness.
She's actually not. It doesn't have her name there.
Okay, so that's also feedback from when we were doing mirror and reflection work as well.
Oh, wow.
And oh my goodness, we've got quite a very long unnecessary review. That's actually the subject title, but 5 stars. So thank you very much. Recently came across your podcast up in the north of Scotland. I'm glued. I listen to it in the car and generally feels like I'm on the phone to friends. It's such a good light vibe. And we might actually have to get in contact with Emma because she sounds like she's taken a lot of time to... Her sister went to a medium and told her that my mum and I are witches. We all laughed at the time. Wow. Okay, I think with also random, I do have a third nipple. Okay, definitely we're locking Emma in with the third nipple because you said that witches have 3 nipples, didn't you?
Yeah, it may be a mole, but hey, whatever works.
I have a mole in the middle of my back.
But you do. That's your third.
That's
but
my
you
third.
also would have one here. We've already looked at that.
Oh, we've already looked at that.
You did.
I'm
You have
so
a third
last
nipple.
podcast.
Yours is in the back because you kind of went, no, I don't want to. Oh, okay then, Michelle,
Yeah,
I'll
I
do
know.
it quick. And I got you on the back just as the way you were moving, just as you were going out through the ether.
All right, today, Lisa Hedley, Psychospiritual Counselor, Transformation Advisor and Hand Analyst with over 39 years of spiritual practice. We're doing this via Zoom. We're very, very excited to have a chat with her. Also, talking about inner child trauma and hand analysis sounds absolutely fascinating. And she also, on top of all of that, speaks about shadow work, which we've discussed several times on this show. And that's where we're going to start.
Yes. I personally, I think shadow work is absolutely essential because if we're not confronting those unconscious parts of ourselves, we're not moving towards our awareness of wholeness. We're not moving towards our fullest potential. I like to remind people that the shadow is not just those parts of ourselves that we have deemed, as problematic or difficult or ugly. The shadow is also full of a lot of beautiful content. It's basically anything that we've relegated to the unconscious because it was deemed unworthy. And those people who usually deem it unworthy are not us, right? They're our family of origin, they're our teachers, they're perhaps our preacher, whoever. They're the ones that tell us what is and isn't acceptable. And so we start to create those limitations inside ourselves and what we think is acceptable. So really, when you're starting to excavate all the shadow, you're bringing a lot of positive parts of yourself back into the light, right? It's really important to remember that. I like to remind people that lots of people are very creative, but because creativity in certain ways has not necessarily been deemed positive or lucrative, perhaps. A lot of people will do things like become an attorney or an accountant because that's where they're going to make a living, when in fact they have a creative spirit and they have relegated their creativity to their shadow side. And so it's very important, I think, to get in touch with all of those contents, because then you really can become who you are authentically, right? When you start to open up to what you have been hiding away. And first, you have to give yourself permission to step away from all of that outside indoctrination that told you weren't enough, or those weren't good qualities, or they're unacceptable. And then you have to really start to love that part of yourself. And how else do we get back to wholeness if we're not getting in touch with what we have, we've hidden away? We have to. I think it's absolutely essential.
So I don't know if you can see Moira's hand if she put it up, but can you see her hand?
My hand?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's up there. Is it more like palm reading? Is that what you're doing?
So hand analysis does have its origins in ancient palmistry, but it now has decades of neuroscientific and psychological research to back it up. We now know that there are more connections between the hands and the brain than any other part of the body.
Wow.
And the sensory cortex is sending signals to our hands constantly. So they become discernible markers when you know what you're looking for. I don't actually know palmistry. So I know that there's some overlap there, but I'm not in the prophecy business. I'm in the patterns business, right? So with hand analysis, we use the entire hand. It's not just the palm. We use the fingerprints. We use the entire shape of the hand, the length of the fingers, the length of the phalanges, the length of the palm. I mean, it takes into account the entirety of the hand. The fingerprints, that's where we find our soul psychology in the fingerprints. The fingerprints are fully formed in utero by 15 weeks. So before we're even born, we've already decided what our life purpose is, our life lessons, and our life school. And then those do not change over the entire duration of our life. Whereas the rest of the hand is where we find the personality psychology. And that can change. That can change radically if you change direction in your life. You can have all kinds of different changes take place in the rest of your hands, which either reinforce the soul psychology or deny it.
Okay, so here is is my hand.
Look, you have a dragonfly tattoo. I do too.
Oh, do you? Oh my gosh! And this is pretty much
amazing.
the same. Yes, I have two actually. I've got another one on my foot as well. That's so cool.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, the dragonfly is a beautiful representation of metamorphosis.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I have to be able to see the lines.
Yeah, that's going to be too hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not clear enough, but I would be very happy to look at your hands. If you guys were to send me photos, I would be happy to look at your hands and give you a bit of a reading.
Yeah.
Because it's really fun to know. I love this tool not only because it helps me see the shadow, but because it also helps me see the gift. And I love being able to simultaneously empower people's gifts while working through some of the more challenging aspects of their lives.
Yeah.
They're starting to use, it's still an emerging field, right? There's still a lot of research that's underway. They're starting to use it in medicine to detect for things like disease.
Yeah.
And I don't know how soon that will be accessible to the mainstream. But that information is really interesting if we can get a hold of that. If you have a marker for cancer, you can be alert to it, right?
Absolutely.
The other thing that's really interesting is you can reverse engineer someone's face from the characteristics in their hands.
How do you? What do you mean?
If we didn't know what your face looked like, we could take the characteristics of your hands and we could plug them into a computer and it would bring your face up.
Oh my God.
I know. It's mind-blowing stuff now.
Wow. That's completely blown.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking at my hands very differently because I'm like, where's my double chin?
And it's so funny because over the years I've had people, they find out I'm a hand analyst, and some people just, shove their hand in my face like, here, have a look, tell me everything.
Yeah.
And other people then they sit on their hands. They're like, nope, never going to show you anything, right? They don't want to.
Because I don't want to be seen. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, they're not willing.
You've described yourself as a psychospiritual counselor. Can you describe what that means?
It means that while my work has aspects of clinical psychology, it also is spiritual in nature, in that I'm very intuitive, and I don't believe that good therapeutic work should be devoid of intuition. I feel like it's really important for us to not only as a practitioner be guiding people back towards their truest self, but also helping them access that truest self so that they know how to trust their own wisdom. And clinical psychology, while I was interested in going in that direction, having spent a lot of time in therapy myself, I often felt like I was treading water, to be honest. As much as the therapy was helpful, it was years and years of therapy. And I thought, okay, what are we missing here?
Yeah.
Clinical psychology is book knowledge, right? They're applying various strategies from a mental perspective, and that will take you far, but it will only take you so far. At some point, you have to start bringing a measure of body awareness into the process. And what is it? What is the mind, right? If it's not just the brain, but it's also a measure of emotional intelligence, it's a measure of bodily awareness. And let's be perfectly honest, we are multidimensional beings, right? We have all kinds of perception that is beyond our senses. And trying to tap into that was really important to me. I wanted people to heal on all levels, basically because I needed to heal on all levels.
I was going to say, is that because I'm noticing child trauma, emotional frozen patterns, all that kind of stuff. You said that you spent many years in therapy as well. And I know a lot of people get into counselling and therapy as a profession if they have gone through trials themselves. So that sounds as though that's a very familiar story to you.
It is. I had a decade of eating disorders as a child. I had various traumas that I had to heal. And obviously therapy was the most readily accessible form of healing. When I was a kid, I mean, I've been at this for a very long time. So back then therapy was kind of your only option.
Yeah.
But in my 20s, I took up yoga, and I've been practicing now, and I'm now in my fourth decade. Yeah, I've been practicing a long time. And when I started to really get into things like yoga and meditation, I started to see the value of opening up various healing modalities. And then I wanted that to inform my work. I did yoga teacher training with the intention of adding that into my therapeutic practice. And all of the systems that I studied, be that astrology, the gene keys, the Enneagram, the Myers-Briggs system. I looked into a lot of personality assessment, and I arrived at Hand Analysis because it was the most concretely predictive system for expediting the healing process, because it shows us our soul and personality psychologies. So for me, it really was a question of, how do I heal myself? And how do I do that, not just from a psychological perspective, but how do I do that from a holistic perspective, right? Everything about me needs to be healed. And so I started to apply those frameworks to my work after I had done the work on myself. So I couldn't really pigeonhole myself into psychology, because it felt really important to take into account all these other things that I knew to be true and I had learned along the way. And intuition being the most important, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think that different personalities or different star signs handle trauma and things differently, and how the planets are with we were talking about before with the Aries being coming at us at 100 miles an hour at the moment, especially with all those planets lined up in it. Do you feel that when you've been working with people, there are definitely certain astrological signs that come in that will heal a lot quicker than others, and others just find it difficult?
It's funny that you say that, because I was watching something on YouTube the other day featuring Dolores Cannon. I don't know if you're familiar with her work.
Yes.
And she was talking about astrological signs and how old those souls are, right? Mm-hmm. That certain signs show signs of being significantly older souls than some of the other zodiac signs. Mm-hmm. I would say my own experience tells me that, yes, certain signs are going to be more compulsive, perhaps, and impulsive, and perhaps more self-destructive than others.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's probably true. Although, I think each and every sign carries its own distinct flavor that I think is really important for each and everyone's journey. This is the thing that I like to say to my clients, is that there are as many paths to awakening as there are people, right? We each have our own journey. So for someone, let's say you mentioned the Aries aspects at the moment.
Yeah, well,
Aries can be a bit
Aries.
more.
Oh, you're an Aries.
I'm an Aries.
Are you?
Yes.
Yeah, so I go at things at 100 miles an hour, and I think...
Really? No shit. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Shut up, Miss Virgo.
Yes, I'm a Virgo, so we're very different.
Yeah. She's Miss Perfect.
Yes, you are very different. Well, the Aries is going to be more compulsive, and they're going to have to work harder to maintain a level of self-control. The Virgo, on the other hand, it's much more detail oriented and can be much more organized, and they
Very
sort
light,
of like
though.
a plant, right?
I'm always running late, which is the most un-Virgo-like quality. I think it's because I'm a people pleaser as well, and I try to fit everything into a day, and it just irritates the bejesus out of Michelle because I'm always late.
Well, you have to take into account the full breadth of your chart, right? It's rising sun, moon, all of these things factor in to a certain degree. I have a Virgo moon, so I'm very familiar with the Virgo, but I'm a double Aquarian, so I'm also very much on that air and earth bandwidth, where there's a measure of trying to balance those things, right? Whereas in Aries, lots of fire, they're ready to just go. It's just different kinds of energy, and I think it's helpful to have a sense of what you're working with. What's really fun in the hands is that I can see things like your earth elements, your fire, your water, all of those things are also in the hands. So I love the overlap. I love being able to see, if you are, perhaps there's a lot of air in your hands, then I can say, are you an air sign?
Yeah.
And it's fun to see that reflected again and again. Yeah. It helps me understand how to navigate each and every client, right? Because
Absolutely.
They all have specific needs. If someone is really fire, then I'm going to say, look, you're going to probably want to spend some time in nature, trying to ground some of that energy, and bring some harmony. We really ultimately want harmony within.
Yeah.
And
I've got
and then
Pisces
we want our
Aquarius.
lives to be
Pisces moon, Aquarius rising. So yeah, I'm always thinking,
wow.
Yeah, that's what most people say when they meet Michelle. Wow.
No, it's real. I think it's a really beautiful combination, because of course the Pisces moon is going to have a lot of depth, and that's going to be like heavy emotional depth. It's going to be really dreamy. It's also going to have a lot of vision. The rising Aquarius is going to be a humanitarian. So you're going to be utilizing probably all that fire energy in service to humanitarian causes. It's a beautiful combination. I think
it is. She is a beautiful combination.
this one's Leo.
Oh, am I?
Yeah,
What do you mean? How do you know that?
Go with Leo moon, and the rising, I think.
How do you know this?
I looked you up.
Oh my
I'm
god!
stalking it.
Oh great! Oh no!
I did it last year, remember?
Oh okay.
Yeah, she's got Leo.
What does that mean?
You're Leo moon. So you're an you're a Virgo with but I need to find out what your rising is.
Okay.
We can Google.
My son is a Leo moon, a Virgo rising, and Aquarius sun.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
You'd probably know. What time were you born?
7. I was in the morning. I don't actually know the real time, but it was the 1st of September 1978. I wish I had someone to ask, but unfortunately I can't ask.
Well, look.
When I was... What do you mean you'll look?
We'll Googleize it.
Oh, my God.
What's the only way we can do? Got to count.
I use the Time Passages app. I
have you
find
got
that
it?
one's a really...
Have
the
you-
Time Passages app is a really good source for astrology. You can add your own, you can add friends, you can compare charts,
do
you
that.
can do transits and progressions.
Now, Lisa, we've managed to also get some right lighting and everything done so you can see the lines of our hands. And I do believe those images have come through to you, and you're going to do a bit of a hand analysis of us.
All right, so
Oh.
Michelle is the nails and Moyra is no nails.
The no nails.
I'm like, how am I going to know whose hand is which? Then I saw the tattoo.
Yeah, the dragonfly tattoo, that's me. Yeah.
You both have leadership as part of your purpose. Moyra, you have a nurturer heart line.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle, you are more of a stoic heart line. Michelle, you have a traveling lifeline. Have you always been in Australia?
No. I was born in New Zealand, but I did travel a lot in my early 20s. I travelled with a backpack, and it was bigger than me. One-way ticket.
Those people who have a traveling lifeline usually die in a different country than the one they were born in.
Wow.
Great.
So don't leave.
No, I will. 'Cause I was
No,
born
I
in
mean,
New Zealand, so I was
What's interesting is that the further the traveling line drifts into the moon, the further you will be from where you started. So when you say you were born in New Zealand and you're in Australia, your traveling lifeline hasn't moved that far.
Yeah.
But it's there. What's interesting is I have a traveling lifeline as well. I was born in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Oh, wow.
Subsequently emigrated to England first and then to the United States.
Yeah.
And my traveling lifeline is, the South Africa is almost as far away as you can get from the United States
Yeah.
on this earth. So my traveling lifeline goes all the way into my moon sign.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Or into my moon mount. So do you feel like you are pretty guarded with your emotions? Michelle, do you play your cards close to the vest?
Yes.
Yeah. The Stoic will do that. They will, they take care of their emotions before they share it with everyone. They, you want to establish trust and be sure about rapport with someone and before you really share that. Whereas Moyra, you are just a big sweetheart, aren't you? You just take care of everyone, don't you?
Oh, wow.
See the people pleaser. You have what we call the grin and bear it line, which is basically like taking
She's
it.
doing
on the
it
chin.
now.
You're just, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's a beautiful thing to be a nurturer. It really is. The problem is you have to be very conscientious about attending to your own needs, right? The nurturer often has boundary issues. They need to figure out how to take care of themselves better. But, when I'm looking at your hands, you both have very generous Venus mounts, which is the pleasure zone. It's the zone of sensuality. So there's a lot of life force for both of you in that region of your hands, which tells me you enjoy life's pleasures. It's sex, it's music, it's
Wine,
dancing and eating and
Vine.
all of these. Yeah.
Vine.
Yeah, you both are into that and you share that, it's wonderful to have friends that you can really get into all the, be grounded in your body, enjoy life. It's part of being a human and having this experience.
And I guess also with the two of us having heard that, the stoic and the nurturer, you actually do pull me up a lot with the stuff that I do, where you're just like, nah, that's just stupid, nah, that's just whatever. And that as a friendship is actually what I need because I don't have any boundaries. So I'm like, I'll help the kittens, I'll help the old woman in the chair, I'll help every member of my family, and then I'll die in a big old heap. Whereas you're like, nah.
But then I do that for a job.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm that humanitarian.
You're
I do for a job, and I'm
yeah.
always adopting animals that aren't mine.
You both have good intuition. You both
Yep.
have strong intuition. Moyra is a bit more of a finisher in terms of getting things done.
Nice. That's very funny.
What's interesting is that, Michelle, you need to be inspired. You need to be inspired to get started, and you need to be inspired to keep going. Whereas Moyra's like more of a, she'll just dig in and get it done.
Yeah.
And, I would suspect that the two of you are really fun together. I mean, I get the sense that you complement each other well in your friendship. But yes, you both have leadership as part of your life purpose. I would need to see your other hands, I've got one hand from each of you. I'd need to see the other hands from both of you to be able to definitively tell you what your life purpose is.
Does it say any time we're losing weight? What timeline does it come up? Is it like around about now?
Does the line get really big to start with and then gets a lot thinner, like along the way?
Yeah, unfortunately, I wish I could predict that for you. I'm really not in the prediction business, unfortunately. I get a lot of that. Some people will say to me, when am I going to find love? And I say, okay, well, I don't know palmistry and I can't actually tell you. But I can tell you that when you're living your best life, you will find the things that you are looking for. Yeah. Right? When you have stepped into the most authentic version of yourself and you have made yourself happy, you will get everything that you're after. It's all going to come towards you. Right? But you have to trust that. In terms of weight, I don't know. I mean,
I haven't stepped into my authentic self. I really think that I've missed the boat. I should have been like a goddess with grapes and stuff, and wine and vine.
Yeah, you were clearly meant for another time.
Exactly.
The goddess, the matriarchal societies where there was goddess worship.
That's it. That's what you want. That's what you're craving. That. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see that.
Yeah.
I'd be rubbing your feet probably.
Plus, we wouldn't need to lose weight because the actual real goddess looks like us.
Well, that's what
She's got big bazookas and a nice bottom. She likes people bringing her food. And vine and worshipping her.
Oh, this sounds amazing.
I know.
Lisa, this has been absolutely fascinating.
I think that it's up to us, though, to bring that spirit back right now.
Absolutely.
Not to wish that we were living in a different time,
but I think that's what we're trying to do.
Other timelines could inform this one. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Lisa, how do people get in contact with you?
This has been fun.
It's been so good.
I have a website, lisahedley.com.
Yep.
So that's the best place to find me, especially if you want to do a hand analysis.
Yeah.
Your own.
I think a lot of people to do.
And for those who are listening, I have a discount code. You can put podcast into the checkout for a $50 discount.
Oh.
I also write a Substack, so you can find me there. I dive into hand analysis there, but I also discuss a number of topics, my most recent essay being about the United States and it going through a dark night of the soul, because it is. Mm-hmm. I don't really limit my topics. I feel like it's really important that we greet spirituality both from the personal level as well as the collective level, right? Because spirituality, as we are waking up, as we become more authentically ourselves, is moving us towards a direction of more community and collective understanding, where we are a part of helping everyone rise, everyone feel good, everyone step into their authenticity.
That's why a lot of people are saying a lot of these mental health disorders are coming in, is because we've lost our relevance with the land. Because back in the day, we had a lot more community. And the community was, we used to come together for the different times, and we used to sit on the earth, and we used to do lots of
live in communities, and now more and more people are just disengaged.
Yeah, it took a village to raise a child, and things like that, which we don't have. So I think that, bringing Mother Earth back in, and what sort of Moyra and I are doing is sort of trying to bring people back together and looking at the old and looking at exactly what you're talking about, representing yourself and finding yourself and living your authentic life and community and reaching out to people and things like that. So thank you so much.
You've been amazing.
Fun. Yeah, I think
It's
come
my
back
pleasure.
again.
Thank you.
We'll do the other hand.
Yeah, ladies, send me your hand stuff. Send me your hand stuff, and I will definitely get back to you with all the details.
And thank you for doing the podcast code too. That's fantastic for a discount for our listeners, for mainly girls and guys. Yeah, well, there's only really... Okay, I'm going to stop talking now.
There's Randall.
There's Randall.
And there's Randall.
There's a couple of Randalls who send us comments, and we're not sure which one's a Randall girl and which one's a Randall guy, so it's just both Randalls. There we go.
We're doing well. More and more people are coming and finding us. Even if it is by accident, they find us anyway.
Yeah, but that's fun.
Fun.
The title of your show is definitely a big attraction, I think. Right? I mean, it's playful. It's playful, and it's also informative. I think it's important to help people. Like, I want to bring people into some of these systems that we have disregarded. There's a lot of ancient wisdom that I think is starting to find its way more and more into the mainstream, and it's really, really important now. There's a lot that all of the indigenous cultures, the ancient cultures, they have to offer us in terms of our own awakening. So, yes,
beautiful.
Good on you for what you're doing.
Well, good on you too. Thank you, Lisa.
Take care.
Absolutely wonderful to chat with you. Thank you so much.
Take care, ladies.
Lisa was so great. We are going to... Are you ready to check the stars?
I'm ready to check.
All right, you do that.
Okay. Aries, this week nudges you to slow down just enough to think before acting. You'll still feel that usual drive, but a bit of patience could turn a good opportunity into a great one, especially with work or your finances. Taurus, comfort and stability are calling your name, but something for someone may push you slightly out of your routine. Don't resist it too hard. There's growth hiding in the unfamiliar. Gemini, communication is your superpower this week. Conversations flow easily and you find yourself resolving something that has been lingering for a while. Just be mindful not to overcommit socially. Cancer, emotions run a little deeper than usual, but in a productive way. It's a good time to reconnect with someone important or to focus on home and personal matters. Leo, you're feeling more energized and visible. This is a great week to take initiative or step into a leadership role, but remember, not everything needs to be a performance. Virgo, details matter, but don't get lost in them. You may feel the urge to organize everything around you. Just make sure you're not avoiding a bigger decision in the process. Libra, balance is a theme, as always, but this week you might need to choose a side rather than keep the peace. Trust your instincts, you're sharper than usual. Scorpio, there's a strong pull towards introspective.
I nearly did it. You nearly did.
I fucking nearly did it. And I hit right on Scorpio. Because I was thinking about you, because I was thinking about your Scorpion fucking moon.
Okay.
Excuse my thing. Scorpio, there's a strong pull towards looking inward. You might uncover something about yourself or a situation that changes your perspective. Keep things private until you're sure. Sagittarius, adventure doesn't have to be big this week. It could be simple as trying something new locally. Stay open to spontaneous plans that could lead to meaningful connections. Capricorn, work and stability take center stage, but you're in a good position to make progress. Just don't forget to acknowledge how far you've already come. Aquarius, your ideas are flowing and others are more receptive than usual. It's a great time to share your thoughts, but be ready to back them up with action. Pisces, creativity is heightened. You may feel inspired than usual, so lean into an artistic or reflective activities. Just stay grounded when making practical decisions. That is your stars.
Thank you very much. Well done. You almost got there fully. It was good. That's it for today. Thank you for joining us. That was a wonderful episode. Thank you to Lisa Hedley as well.
That was brilliant.
Be sure to share the podcast with your friends. Feel free to rate it. We do love 5-star reviews. That's great. And we look forward to chatting with you next time. Thank you, Michelle.
Bye, darling.
Woodwork Podcasts.